The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers are absolutely on fire right now. And if you have been riding along with every twist and turn at Forrester Creations like the dedicated fan that you are, you already know that the drama is about to explode in ways we haven't seen in months. Today, we are taking a full deep dive, a complete 360-degree breakdown into one of the juiciest, most jaw-dropping potential plot twists sitting on the horizon for the show. We are talking about Ivy Forrester, brought back to life on our screens by the incredible returning talent Ashley Brewer, and how she might be gearing up for another seriously manipulative masterclass that could completely shatter Dylan's life all over again. Yes, you heard that correctly. After everything poor Dylan has already survived, Ivy might flip the switch into full-on schemer mode and push her out of the picture for good, and the fallout is going to be nuclear. Let's set the entire scene properly and break this entire storyline down step by step, because this arc has so many layers, so many interconnected family ties, so many decades of built-up tension, and so many classic soap opera Easter eggs that it is pure, unfiltered gold for longtime viewers. We are going to explore every single character involved in microscopic detail. We are going to unpack the deep motivations that are driving each of them right now. We are going to revisit the rich history that has led us to this exact moment, and we are going to explain exactly why this particular storyline could turn into one of the most dramatic, most talked about, most binge-worthy arcs The Bold and the Beautiful has delivered in years. Grab your coffee, settle in, hit that like button if you are already hooked, and let's get into it because we are going long on this one. First off, let's talk about the key players in this unfolding chess game, and we are going to start with Ivy Forrester herself because she is the engine driving everything right now. Ivy is back in Los Angeles, and she is not just popping in for a quick visit or a cameo appearance. She is fully embedded in the family business once again, working side by side with the Forrester clan, and she is fiercely, almost ferociously protective of her niece Electra Forrester, the young breakout star portrayed with such fresh energy by Linnea Grace. Ivy has always carried that polished, proper British edge that made her so distinctive when she first arrived on the show years ago. She speaks with that refined accent, she dresses impeccably, and she carries herself like someone who believes rules and decorum still matter in a world that has gone completely chaotic. But lately, that proper exterior has cracked open, and what we are seeing underneath is a woman who has taken her protective instincts to absolute extremes when it comes to Electra's happiness and future. Electra has been through absolute emotional warfare in recent months. Her relationship with Will Spencer, played by the talented Crew Morrow, has been a non-stop roller coaster of kisses that meant everything, betrayals that cut deep, misunderstandings that snowballed, and heartbreaks that left her questioning everything she thought she knew about love. Will is charming, he's ambitious, he's the golden boy of the Spencer Forrester world, but right now he's also the center of a massive, tangled love triangle that has actually evolved into something closer to a full-blown quadrangle. And sitting right at the heart of that storm is Dylan, the character whose full name in the show is Melissa Dillon, portrayed with raw vulnerability and quiet strength by Sydney Bullock. Dylan did not come from money. She did not grow up with the Forrester last name or the Spencer privilege. She started as this down-on-her-luck art teacher who was literally scraping by, facing eviction threats, financial collapse, and those heartbreaking moments that still live rent-free in fans' heads, like the scene where she was caught dumpster diving just to survive another day. But Dylan is resilient in a way that makes her instantly relatable. She's the underdog we all root for. She's the girl who refuses to stay down no matter how many times life knocks her flat. And right now, she's finally landing on her feet in the biggest way possible, a legitimate, paid position at Forrester Creations, handed to her directly by none other than Steffy Forrester Finnegan, played by the powerhouse Jacqueline McInnes Wood. Steffi, as co-CEO, has always had that sharp eye for talent and that big heart for second chances. She sees something special in Dylan, something real, something that could actually contribute to the creative future of the company. So she brings her on board, gives her a desk, gives her responsibilities, and essentially opens the doors of the Forrester empire to this outsider who has never had anything handed to her. Now imagine Elektra's face the exact moment she hears this news. Picture the color draining from her cheeks, the way her hands might start to tremble, the way her eyes fill with that mix of betrayal and pure devastation. She is already reeling from the fallout with Will. She is still processing those stolen kisses, those whispered promises that turned to ash, those nights she cried herself to sleep wondering why she wasn't enough. And now, the very woman she sees as her romantic rival, the woman who has been slowly steering Will's attention and his heart, is going to be walking the same hallways, attending the same meetings, breathing the same air inside Forrester Creations every single day. Elektra is going to be absolutely devastated, and in true soap fashion, she is not going to keep that pain bottled up. She is going to storm off, probably slam a door or two, and head straight to the one person she trusts more than anyone else in the world right now, her Aunt Ivy. And that is where the real danger begins, because Ivy's entire priority has shifted in the last few weeks. She is no longer just the stylish jewelry designer who pops in and out of the story. She has become this full-time, overprotective guardian figure for Elektra. She sees her niece like a fragile flower who needs shielding from every possible thorn, and she is willing to cross moral lines, ethical lines, and even legal lines if it means keeping Elektra safe from pain. So when Elektra spills every painful detail about Dylan's new job at Forrester Creations, Ivy's blood is going to reach an instant boiling point. She is going to see this development not just as a romantic threat to Elektra's heart, but as a direct, calculated assault on her niece's entire future inside the family company. Ivy already has carefully laid plans for Elektra. She wants her niece thriving in that creative environment, building a career from the ground up, and maybe, just maybe, sparking something real and lasting with RJ Forrester, played by Brian Nicoletti. RJ is the next generation of Forrester talent. He's creative, he's kind, and he represents the kind of stable match Ivy believes Elektra deserves. Having Dylan around every single day could derail all of that in an instant. Dylan's presence would be a constant reminder of Will's divided loyalties. It would create awkward hallway encounters, whispered gossip in the design room, and stolen moments that could pull Will back into Dylan's orbit. Ivy cannot allow that to happen. So from there, it's incredibly easy to picture Ivy launching into one of her classic, "this is simply not proper" tirades that fans know and love. She might march straight into Steffi's office or even corner Ridge Forrester himself, played by the legendary Thorsten Kaye, and lay out her complaints in that crisp British accent. Dylan stole Will away from Elektra. She doesn't deserve a spot here. She is an outsider who brings nothing but chaos, Ivy will argue, her voice rising with every syllable. But Steffi and Ridge are going to push back, and they are going to push back hard. Relationship drama has no place in the boardroom. That has always been the Forrester way. Steffi is adamant about this hire. She believes in giving people second chances because she herself has needed them more than once. She is not going to budge an inch, and Ridge, with all his years of experience running the company through every scandal imaginable, is going to back her up completely. Business is business, they will say. Personal feelings stay at the door. But Electra is going to be absolutely miserable. The thought of seeing Dylan's face every single morning, of watching her interact with Will in the hallways, of knowing that her rival is now part of the family legacy, might push her right to the breaking point. We could even see her seriously consider quitting Forrester Creations altogether, walking away from the very opportunity her grandfather Eric built from nothing. And that scenario is a complete nightmare for Ivy. She wants Electra thriving inside those walls, learning the craft, carving out her own space, and maybe catching RJ's eye in the process. Plus, there's an even bigger, darker secret sitting right under the surface that Ivy is desperate to keep buried. The truth about her own schemes that already tore Electra and Will apart once before. Remember how Ivy manipulated that entire breakup? The stolen letters she hid away, the planted necklaces she strategically placed to create misunderstandings, the quiet phone calls and whispered conversations designed to keep the young couple at an arm's length. All of it was done under the banner